Welcome to Game On Canine Concept Training. And I wanted to do this video today to talk to you guys about probably the number one concept that we use in our form of training. And that concept is called ditch the bowl. I know, sounds crazy, doesn't sound like it makes a lot of sense. I mean, your dog has to eat, right? I mean, look at this incredible bowl of deliciousness. So why would we ditch this? Why would we get rid of our dog's food bowl and, in essence, not feed our dog? No, of course not. Of course, we're going to feed our dog. But think about this bowl. Think about this incredible pot of value that you give your dog every single day. Maybe morning and evening, maybe once a day, however it is that you feed your dog, you're placing this incredible bowl of food that they are just so excited to eat on the ground, allowing them to finish it in what? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe your dog is a nibbler, maybe 20 minutes. Maybe it sort of nibbles throughout the day because it's not super interested in food, right? Because maybe they don't have a great appetite and the whole concept of eating might be a little boring to them. But in any case, you're taking this incredible pot of value and you're placing it on the ground, disconnecting it from you, from your relationship with you and your dog, and allowing them to finish it in whatever amount of time that they usually finish it. And again, most dogs finish it pretty quickly. So what happens when you give away that pot of value? Well, you give away a big part of your connection with your dog, meaning that once that food is on the ground, well, that's it. All the value goes there and away from you. What if that value stayed with you or between you and your dog all day or at multiple times throughout the day? Well, that is actually possible. And that's why we ditch the bowl, because we want that value to be with you and not to be in a container on the ground, to be eaten in no time. What if we changed our mind and we changed the way we looked at the way we train our dog? Well, ditching the bowl is the number one concept. What do we do when we ditch the bowl? We take that incredible pot of value and we actually spread it out throughout the day. And yes, this works even if you work a 9-to-5 job or you work shift work, right? This still works, and I'll show you how. But what if we took that value, spread it out through the day in the form of games? So in the form of games where you and your dog are going to interact in a way that is positive and motivating and might even get that picky eater really, really interested in food, because it's about delivery and it's about experience. The experience that your dog has with you in the process of getting its food. And I'll show you some videos on that in just a bit. So what do? We take that pot of value, we divide it up throughout the day in the times that we are home, and there's a trick as to what we can do when we're not home. I'll cover that in a moment as well. So we divide that pot of value up in the times that we are home. We're home in the morning, getting ready for work, get up a little bit early. Play some games, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes of games. You're done. Then, when you get home in the evening, get those games going again. New games, different games that, of course, we're going to teach you throughout your training with me at Game On Dog Training. So, once we play those games, we have our dog now engaged with us. In that process of playing games with their other favorite thing on the planet, their food, we now have our dogs engaged, excited, having fun, being positive, and being optimistic. And who doesn't want a dog like that? An optimistic dog, a happy dog, is a dog that is going to be far less reactive, far less chewing your things in the house, far less barking out the window. A happy dog is going to be that dog that you dreamed of from the day you got that dog. Okay, so how else can we feed our dog in the day when we're going to work? We've got things to do, taking the kids to school, errands to run, how else can we deliver food in a way that isn't just a bowl on the floor, that is going to be more interactive with your dog? Well, there's a couple of ways. Number one, love this. This is this is from West Paw, and it's called a topple. So a topple is I believe it's made out of silicone, right? It's a silicone cavern here that holds food, and they come in different sizes based on the size of your dog. So it holds your dog's food so that they have to work at it, get in there. You see those cute little protrusions that come up to kind of grasp their food. What I love to do, my dogs are raw food eaters. I'll talk to you about that too. But what I love to do is take their mixture of food. So if it's a raw food, well, there's meat and there's veggies. We'll talk about food down the road, but there's meat and veggies stuffed in there. And then I take this the night before, I stick it in the freezer. And in the morning, after we've played some games, and right before I leave for work, I take that out of the freezer, put it on the floor, and let them have at it. What's going to happen? It's going to take them a while to break down that frozen deliciousness. And then they're going to, again, be satisfied because they've done some work for their food. I mean, come on. Does your boss pay you to not go to work? But we pay our dog every day in the form of their bowl to not actually do any work. Or, more importantly, do any engagement, any positive, productive, brain reshaping engagement with us. So, you get your topple, you fill it up, you freeze it the night before, play some games first thing in the morning, and right before you leave for work, take this, place it on the floor, let them have it and have fun. That's one way. Another way to engage your dog in food when you are not home, or maybe you're home, you've played some games, you got to work behind the computer, and you don't have time to be playing games throughout the morning, a licky mat. And okay, yes, you can see it's been a little bit more licked than it should have been, but a licky mat. You take this, you spread their wet food and freeze it if you like. You can spread peanut butter and freeze it. You can take a mixture of their dry food, mix it with water, mush it up, spread it on there, frozen or not. And dogs like to lick. It's calming and soothing to them. And at the same time, they get a delivery of a portion of their daily food. So that's a second way. One of the other things that I'm oftentimes asked is, I feed my dog raw. How do I use raw food in playing games? Well, I feed my dog raw as well, as I told you. And they get a variety of types of raw food, including either whole muscle meat, right, or ground meat. Well, the whole muscle meat, when we're playing games, I just cut it. And if you want, I like to use gloves, so I'll wear some rubber gloves, play my games with the meat, and deliver the raw meat that way. I can even deliver it slightly frozen so that it's got an easier consistency to handle. The other way is with a squeeze bottle. So these squeeze bottles are specifically made to deliver raw ground meat. So we just fill it up inside, close up the cover, flip it open, and in our games, and I'll do some videos in the future about that, we can deliver food through our squeezy tubes. So there's a lot of different ways that you can engage your dog in a positive way using their daily food. These aren't treats. We are not overfeeding our dog with treats. This is just their daily food spaced out through the day. So I hope you learned a lot from this video. I look forward to working with you and playing with all these different ways of delivering food and delivering an experience for your dog so that your training is fun and productive.